Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com, and today's attraction tips video is called Fun Seduction Games. Now, as I often tell you guys, you want to be fun and playful with your girl. Despite the fact that so many of you argue with me that looks and money is all that matters to women, the truth is it's really your energy and vibe that women are most drawn to. It's mostly about how she feels when she's with you. Now, yes, of course, good looks and lots of money will help you a ton when it comes to attracting and keeping women. But, so will high status, power, fame, and being able to rock her world in the bedroom, among other things. Now, women tend to lean towards the opportunist side when it comes to choosing a good long-term mate. They want a man that'll help to ensure hers and her children's survival and give her a better life. This is who women have been since early humanity, and it won't be changing anytime in our lifetime. The thing is, women don't really need a man these days in order to survive. Most women have an education and a career nowadays, and anything else that they need for survival is provided by the state, at least in the West. And that will all be coming soon to those of you in the East. Feminism is coming for you all eventually. My point is, in these modern times, if you want to attract women and stand out from the rest of the herd, then you have to provide women with something that they can't easily get. Now, most men like to, throw money around in front of women because they believe that's all women are about money. And at one time, women needed a man who could provide for her. Now, don't get me wrong, women are still hardwired to seek a man who can provide for and protect her, a man who can reasonably guarantee a better life for her, or at least a comfortable life. But they don't need that from a man. And your ability to provide isn't really an issue until women are looking to settle down and have a family anyway. So flashing your wallet isn't the aphrodisiac that it once was, at least for most women. Of course, there's still gold diggers out there where that's all they care about. And stay away from those women because they're not there out of love or attraction. They're there strictly for your wallet. Now, they may be beautiful and sexy, but I can tell you for a fact that the sex will be lackluster because they just don't feel that attraction for you. That's what we call a transactional relationship or transactional sex. You want validational sex where the girl is essentially screwing your brains out for your approval. But I'm getting off topic here. Now, as I mentioned, you want to be able to provide women with something that they can't easily get. There are tons of men out there that will throw money at a woman as a way to win her approval. Sadly, it's those men that women typically settle down with, only to figure out, roughly 7 years after the wedding day, that they're miserable and they're still dreaming of the alpha man of her past who knew how to excite her. Basically, what I'm getting at is you want to be that fun guy who seduces her over and over again. You want to be that guy who she can't stop thinking about and dreaming about. That guy who, if the relationship doesn't work out, that she's still thinking and fantasizing about him when she's long into her marriage. Now, there's a lot to becoming that guy for the average man. At least one part of that is showing her how to have fun. And of course, there are also numerous ways to do that, but one way that I have found to be particularly effective are childhood games. Now, that may sound ridiculous, but bear with me here. It's always a good idea that you essentially treat women like your bratty little sister. I mean, it's fun and it's playful, and while that does include some teasing, it's all done out of love, and women love to be playfully teased. So it makes sense that childhood games would be a bit of an aphrodisiac. The good thing is, it doesn't matter if you're not even really dating her yet, or if you've been together with her for years. These fun childhood games can be used as part of your seduction process. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing some fun childhood games that you could play with your girl that she'll absolutely love. And if you know how to escalate from there and seduce her, she'll want to tear your clothes off. Or at the very least, you shouldn't have much of a problem getting her clothes off. But if you guys need my personal help and you're interested in some private coaching, please head over to my website at skillofattraction.com. Click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from. My coaching options include several phone coaching packages for my North American clients and several Zoom coaching packages for my clients outside North America. And I'll post the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. And also be sure to check out my new merch, which can be found directly below this video or by tapping on the store tab on my channel. Now, when you're thinking of childhood games, of course, think about the games that you played in the schoolyard with little girls that you had a crush on. You know, short of pulling her hair or pushing her down, or maybe even dodgeball. Of course, none of those games are screaming seduction or a turn on. But this is more about the vibe it creates. And as the great Royce, or artiste, put it, these games are essentially long-form negs. Now, I'm sure you've heard of negging, which in a nutshell is just a subtle form of a negative or insult in disguise as a way to get a woman to earn your approval. Now, I'm not going to get into all that here, but you'll see what I mean as I go along. So, what are some good childhood games where you can lead her into seduction? One good one is thumb wrestling. This is where you both, hook and interlock your fingers, and then, 1, 2, 3, 4, I declare a thumb war. Then you use your thumb to try to pin her thumb down. Not only does this require you to touch each other, but it's also a good opportunity to playfully pull her into you or wrap your arms around her or even kiss her. In fact, you could even make a bet where the winner gets something or the loser has to do something, like maybe kiss you. Speaking of wrestling, the game of mercy is another good one where things could get really physical. I've always been pretty good at this game since I have a pretty strong grip. But if you're unfamiliar with this game, this is where you place your palm against hers, like so, and you interlock your fingers, and then you bend her hand back, or she bends yours back, until one of you screams, "Mercy!" which means that you have to stop at that point. Again, a great opportunity to pull her into you or wrestle her to the ground or the couch and really intensify the sexual tension. Now, another good one is the hand slapping game. This one is my go-to game that I typically play with women, and I've had the most luck with it. But honestly, all these games work well. Anyway, this is a game where you extend your hands palm up, and the other extends their hands palm down, placing them on top of the other's hands. And then the one who has their hands palm up tries to slap the other one while he or she tries to move their hands away quick enough where the other can't make contact. Really, these games are just a great excuse to touch each other and flirt and build the sexual tension until you both can't take the tension any longer and end up passionately making out. I mean, this is the whole point with these games. They're fun, they're playful, they're silly, but like I mentioned, if you know what you're doing, you could easily escalate from the silliness to passion. Now, you could also play the Stop Touching Me game. Now, how do you get her to participate? Well, when you're sitting next to each other, you can grab her hand and put it on top of you, and then just brush it off and tell her, "Would you stop touching me?" And then you grab her hand again, and once again, place it on you, and now, more playfully annoyed, you tell her again to stop touching you. Now, continue this a few times until you've had it, and then start touching her as payback. Again, lots of touching and building of sexual tension here. Now, playing tag is another fun game that can easily lead to the two of you rolling around on the floor, making out in a sweaty mess of passion. All you do is simply tag her shoulder or something and then exclaim, "Tag, you're it," and then run. Now, if she chases you, it's a pretty good sign that she knows where this is going and she's on board for where it may lead. If she doesn't chase you, then either she has no sense of humor or she's not willing to go where this could easily lead. Now, these games don't have to be all about touching. I mean, they are a great excuse to touch, but if you're a little shy about touching her before consummation, or if you're still a little nervous about touching her, first you should watch my video called Touching Women to Build Attraction. And you want to watch this so you understand how important it is to the seduction process to touch women, but also how to do it. Now, if you're still a bit too shy, a great playful childhood game that could easily escalate to passion is the repeating game. Now, this game is when you annoyingly just repeat everything that she says, or vice versa. It's a bit more difficult for you to lead the game when you're repeating her, however. That's the one downside to this game, but someone has to get it started, and that's you. However, when or if she's repeating you, you could say some funny things to add to the tension. It's part of the playful teasing. As an example, if she's repeating everything you say, you could throw in something like, "I'm a dork," where she ends up repeating it like she's saying that about herself. So I'm sure by now you're getting the picture. I mean, these silly childhood games can easily go from playful touching to heavy petting. From heavy petting to passionate makeouts. From passionate makeouts to tearing each other's clothes off, and you know where that's going to lead. Seducing a girl is not all that difficult when she likes you. What I explained in this video is just one way that you can begin to lead things in that direction. But as you can see, you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself when it comes to seducing her. As I often say, just focus on having fun and then lead the interaction into the bedroom. These silly games are a great way to do this without having to be Mr. Suave, smooth talker. And these games are also a great way to help you sidestep rejection. I mean, technically, she could reject you while playing these games, but if she already likes you, the chances are that she will not reject you because you get that women need to feel safe and comfortable before they'll give you their body. And what better way to make her feel that way than by playing some silly childhood games where you're flirting and touching each other. So, if you found this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. I'd also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have numerous offers or links to attraction-related programs that may interest you. But I also have a link to PayPal or my Bitcoin wallet address if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.